There's a dog.
What are you talking about?
And roll sound, please. Rolling!
And action!
Come on, boy. Come on.
It's not a trick dog movie per se, but you have to make sure you are as good as what happened and feel all the emotions. It's a true story, and it makes it emotional.
Team Broad Rail has traveled over 200 miles and they've found a companion.
Yukai, the dog, who plays Arthur, is just a joy. He's so good, so clever, and he's such a sweet dog. I just try and snuggle him as much as possible.
What happened to you, boy? Meatball?
The dog is incredible, looks just like Arthur, has been so well trained. He's great at doing all the stuff that he needs to do in the film.
You always say, you know, difficult working with animals, but he's fantastic.
You're Arthur. You're the king.
Arthur was such a magical dog, and we're telling the story of not only Mark's character, but the dog.
Hey.
We're not doing this like CGI or all crafted in the editing room. This is really in your face, real people in real time.
Yes, that's it. Here.
The process of finding the dog, it's such an important part of the movie making.
He's a gentleman.
Cut! That seems great. We cut. Chaco?
Good boy.
Arthur is a mutt, so it's really hard to match. But we also had the company, Birds and Animals Unlimited. They adopted Yukai from the Redwood Pals in Northern California. And at that time, when they got him, he was about 5 months old. He had all the qualities that you can hope for to train a dog. A gentle, sweet, playful, which is one of my first requirement, and very smart, very willing to learn. He's just like, yes, bring it on, bring it on.
Good boy.
Yukai, there's just a warmth and also an edge about him. Pretty remarkable, some of the things that he was able to do.
Back.
Hey.
Even though he's dog, there's still 4 characters that are moving around, and you got to make it clear for him that he's got to go with this guy and not with this guy. As a trainer, you always train as the animal you're training and think of their psychology and their point of view and so forth. So working with Simon, he's never done a dog movie before. And there is some technicality to it. And Simon needs to work really fast, and we have, a lot of cameras. So what's challenging for me is I have to find a spot that is trustworthy for the dog. So we had to find a happy medium between the dog acting and the dog, being a dog. However, it still needs to be in the frame. It was a learning process.
What is it?
Yukai, what an amazing dog. There was something really cool about him.
He's really a great actor, I have to say, Yukai. One scene I remember when I had a problem with my knee, and then all of a sudden, Yukai come and pushing me to hurry up and to catch up with the other team. That scene was amazing.
Is this thing telling me to move faster?
This is definitely not your usual dog movie. Some of the small things that you wouldn't think could be really challenging for an animal are there are scenes where we're running and we've got equipment on that are loud and banged together, and even that sound alone can be quite disorienting for an animal. And so him getting used to all of that and him adjusting to all of these new crazy environments is just so impressive.
Good job, dog.
And their safety is hugely important. And this movie being about saving an animal, the most important thing about the movie was to keep the animal safe in the film.
Yukai has just been put through the absolute ringer as far as, what an actor has to do. I mean, he's done all his own stunts. It's such a joy to be with him on set every day. He's like a member of our team.
Anyone in the first 4 rows is gonna get it.
when you're working with a dog. You hope you get some real connection. I think one of the great things was he and Mark bonded quite early, so I think that relationship is kind of real.
Arthur, I'm here, buddy. I'm here.
I just bonded with him in a way where it happened organically. He would come to my house in the morning, and I'd make sure I have lots of goodies saved for him. He loves hot dogs and steak.
Extra meatballs for you, my friend. Thank you.
Mark's done a lot to talk to the dog and pat him so the dog will look at him. And so as we progressed on, the relationship developed, and he's really good with him.
Oh, yeah. It's money. It's money. Check the game.
The thing with Yukai, he looks very, very similar to Arthur when I met him, like twins. And a lot of the key moments of our story is kind of super close to the truth.
Come on! Come on!
So when I see Yukai Arthur, it's very hard to tell from truth to fiction. I especially remember that one day we were shooting on the ridge, and this is where Mark is giving Yukai his name, Arthur.
A meal fit for a king. You know what? I think we should call him Arthur. Arthur the King.
And I just stood there, and I had sunglasses. I just started crying because it was so intense for me.
Mikael said, I can't believe how close the match is.
When we talked to each other, we looked at each other. He was kind of a very special dog.
You're so gentle.
No, this has been a fantastic journey for me. You know, Arthur has passed away before we start shooting, and so it's been very emotional for me. And he was laying like that, and he would just open his head up like this, and he kissed my hand. And last time. And then he died. That's kind of also feels strange for me to do this movie, because it's really a love letter, you know? It still feels like, even if he left me, he is still here. He's never gonna leave me. So it's kind of like he's with me all the time, like, you know.
You've done more for me than you'll ever know.
You think this is like a Mark Wahlberg action film, but really it's about doing the right thing and saving animals.
He's my dog. I'm taking him home.
Many dogs really need home. Go and adopt.
Seema's taking a dog, the makeup people have a dog, so I think we've adopted 3 or 4 dogs during the actual course of production.
One dog in particular, her name's Chopa. She and I just kind of like started hanging out together in between takes. Literally by the second day, I had fallen so hopelessly in love with this dog. She's just gonna be my best friend for the rest of my life.
You know, every animal in a street or wherever they live, they have a soul.
The thing I would like to address to people is like, give them a chance. You will never regret it.
Come on, boy.